Okay, what do we got here? Okay, let's do this. So this is a follow-up to my previous video I did on why I've decided to go back to animal products after 9 years of being vegan or plant-based. I did read most of the comments, and if I had the time would have replied to each one. Overall, what I did pick up was a tone of disappointment, disapproval, outright condemnation, and sheer puzzlement as to why after 9 years would I so casually return to being an accessory to the rape and murder of innocent animals. Am I really that selfish? Well, yes, I am selfish, and I make no apology for that fact. I don't consider this a character flaw, but a strength. Nevertheless, aside from my self-interest, my reasons for breaking vegan are threefold. 1. Veganism as a dominant worldview will not work. 2. Veganism as a lifelong diet for most people is unsustainable. And 3. What seems to be healthier and more realistic is a plant-based omnivorous diet, PBOD. Why veganism as a worldview will not work is that it's inflexible. It is a closed system of thought where either you are a vegan or you're not. And if you're not, then you are the oppressor, guilty of exploitation, theft, rape, and murder of innocent animals. It matters not that you are a vegetarian or a plant-based omnivore who only eats meat once a week. You're still not a vegan, but an enemy of the cause. Now just imagine if veganism as a worldview gained political power with legal enforcement. Unlike vegans who believe this would be a utopia, I see it as a living nightmare, where a group of ideologically driven people could use whatever measures are necessary to reach its dream of a cruelty-free planet. It would quickly turn into a totalitarian regime bent on absolute conformity. The implementation of veganism through forced conversions, aside from bringing about the extinction of farm animals and domestic pets, would have dire consequences for humans. For instance, those who do not adjust well to the vegan diet and whose health is at risk would no longer have the option to eat meat, even if it's a clear remedy to deficiencies. And with the abolition of animal testing, medical research would be seriously hindered, leading to possibly millions of unnecessary deaths. If history has taught us anything, it is that inflexible and closed systems, ideological dogmas eventually fail, but not without leaving a trail of human casualties. Which brings me to the second point, veganism as a lifelong diet. Don't be fooled by vegan YouTubers who inundate their viewers with multiple quotes derived from research abstracts and other scientific articles that would seem to verify the vegan diet as the most optimal for health and fitness. In most cases, these quotes are taken out of context and intentionally misrepresented. Take the time to read the articles from where these quotes are derived and examine the sources. If you dig deep enough, what you will find is that the prevalent consensus in health and nutrition does not support a vegan diet, but rather a significant reduction in animal consumption while increasing whole plant foods. The research does not support the complete removal of animal products. This is not what the science is saying. It is what vegans are claiming. They have reconstructed the evidence to fit their narrative. That is why when vegans talk about the healthiest cultures in the world being plant-based, they fail to mention that the people of these cultures also eat small quantities of animal products, or they regard this detail as inconsequential. But is it? Why then do the majority of those who become vegans eventually fail? And I'm not just talking about those who quit within the first few years. A large number of vegans, after 10 or even 20 years, return to eating animal foods. Statistically, about 80% of vegans will give up the diet, but I believe this is a conservative estimate. I would dare to say that within the remaining 20%, there is a high rate of inconsistency. That is, a large number of those who claim to be vegans on occasion cheat. Now, if there's one fact that seems to be clear, it is that veganism is better than the standard American diet, which is high in animal products and processed foods. If I only had one choice between the two, I would go vegan, and I did for 9 years. But fortunately, there is a third option that appears to be truly the most optimal for health and vitality, and that is the plant-based omnivorous diet. Unlike veganism, which is conjectural, the benefits of the PBOD are evident in well-established living cultures like Ikaria in Greece, Okinawa in Japan, Sardinia in Italy, Nicoya in Costa Rica, and the Seventh-day Adventists in Loma Linda, California. In all of these places throughout the world, the people eat predominantly plant-based foods with a small percentage of their diet consisting of animal products, and they are amongst the healthiest people in the world. It is true that the Adventists of Loma Linda also have vegans, but they are not the ones living the longest. According to the 2002 Adventist study, it is the pesco-vegetarians who, on top of eating plant-based, have 1 serving of fish a day. Therefore, rather than gamble my health and well-being on the highly speculative ideology called veganism, I have decided to make a long-term investment in a plant-based omnivorous diet that I have named 6-to-1. It is a diet where you eat whole plant-based foods for 6 days, and on the 7th day, eat meat. I believe 6-to-1 will not only pay huge dividends in health, but it is also more realistic to follow and a practical alternative for those who, for whatever reason, struggle to stay vegan. However, I don't want to just focus on the diet. Lifestyle and sustainability are equally important. That is why I'm seriously interested in pursuing what I call a semi-decentralized biodiverse agricultural system, which also includes farm animals. But that is a topic for another video. Now you may ask, but what about the animals? Are you not bothered by killing sentient beings? And the answer is no. I am not doing anything that is contrary to nature. You may choose to project human qualities on other species and refer to an animal as a person or an individual, but that is your problem, not mine. The way I see it, vegan compassion for animals is a misplaced empathy that leads to the guilt and hatred of being human. It is perverse, and I will have no part of that.